Hey there, it's Bobby Legs, and welcome to another episode of Bobby Legs Loves Watches. And today I figure I'd do an apples and oranges comparison between two Rolex watches in my collection. The recently discontinued Rolex reference number 116900 Air-King. There is a new Air-King out, similar in a lot of ways, that has been released recently, but this is the discontinued version. And I'm going to want to compare it with my Rolex Submariner no date model number 124060. So you're probably asking yourself, like, why even bother doing a comparison? I know I'm asking that myself, but I figure maybe there's some people out there who are interested in this version of the Air-King and are deciding whether it's the right time now to purchase it. Now, you're going to have to pay a premium on the secondary market because you're not going to be able to get it for MSRP at the dealers anymore. Or the boutique, and then you have this Rolex Submariner where if you're patient enough, I think you could probably pick these one up. You may have to play some games, maybe not at MSRP, but you could definitely buy it at the secondary market. And there's also an upcharge, a premium to be paid. So maybe you're comparing the prices of the two. You like both of them, and you're deciding which method of attack to go first. So let's talk about some of the similarities and differences, and maybe hopefully that can help you along in the process. Similarities, well, of course, they're both Rolex watches. They're both steel sports. They both are made out of 904L stainless steel, a proprietary steel that Rolex owns. Three-handers, no date, both sports watches, and both excellent looking pieces, I must say. So let's get a quick measurements over here. You do have a 40 millimeter case diameter on the Air-King. Now it's a little thick when in comparison to the Sub. Let's get a measurement here. I'm never good at doing these measurements, but let's see what we can do here. This is going to be over 13.4 millimeters. So it's a little bit thick, and there's a reason for that. You got a lug to lug around 49 millimeters. This case, for the now discontinued Air-King, is shared with the Milgauss, and there's the Faraday cage in here for extra anti-magnetic protection, or at least that's the thought, right? I mean, there's plenty of other watches out there that have way more Gauss, right, than the Air-King. This watch has been around for a while, so at least, well, the Milgauss has anyway, and they shared the case. This particular model shared a case with that, and so you're going to get a little bit of a thicker feel with the Sub. It's 41 millimeters case diameter, and lug to lug, I'm going to say it's roughly the same, 47, 48 I'm getting, and then thickness is definitely going to be thinner at 12.4. So a thinner case, mind you, and a little bit of a different wearing experience, although I find both of these watches very, very comfortable on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. You got a lot going on the Air-King dial for sure, and that has been a deal breaker for a lot of people. The 5, 10, 20, 25, 35, 40, 50, 55 second markers, along with the 3, 6, and 9, very Explorer-esque markers here. You'll notice there's going to be, and I'm going to throw in the lume shop, a lack of lume presence on this model of the Air-King, right? You have that pip at the 12 o'clock in the hands, where the Rolex is just a lume monster and very, very visible for a while, in my opinion. Obviously, the Submariner has the bezel, the diver's bezel, and then you have a smooth bezel on the Air-King. Very, very different. The bracelets are both very, very comfortable. There are differences in the clasp. However, you do have an easy link system here to pop up some extra millimeters there on a day where your wrist may swell. And it's been very useful for me. I actually have to go into the boutique and have them add a link because it's still a little tight even without the easy link. Now you do have a nice glide lock system here with the Submariner. Where are we at here? I think it's over here. Yeah. And you can just move it up and down. It is awesome. This bracelet and clasp is so great, and I love it very, very much. So let's do these two on wrist, one at a time. And I will give you a wrist shot here. And as I'm doing the roll, you can see how nicely it fits the Air-King on my wrist. And I'll give you a shot down the pike there. And, you know, it is a little bit thicker, right? A little bit thicker than the sub, but really it makes no difference to me. They both feel great. You'll notice that the Air-King, at least this version of it, lacks crown guards, where you have the crown guards here, obviously, on the sub. And let me throw the sub on wrist as well. Just a great watch overall. My favorite watch of all time in my collection, this Rolex Submariner, and it means a lot to me. There's a whole story behind it, and it just feels great on wrist. Down the pike, you can see the difference of the thickness of both watches. Different case for sure, and I actually enjoy this case on the Air-King, right? I think it's kind of cool. It's bulbous, right? You have that bulbous look to it, and it's very, very different. I believe the new Air-King has the oyster case, just like very similar to the case on the Submariner. So I like the fact that I have this previous version here because it's very, very different. Also notice too, a little splash of color on the Air-King, the Rolex in green and the green seconds hand. So there's that nice little difference there, and you know, that funky font on the Air-King. Look, this watch is not for everyone. I get that, but I just love it. I kind of love that it's not loved, and you may be too. You may love that fact too about this Rolex and the new one, because the new one, I believe the dial is very, very similar, although it does add there's more lume on that on the dial for that one. And you know, like I said, the case is different for sure, and it has crown guards. But anyway, look, if you're in between the two of them, I hope this video is helpful. Let's add a little other wrinkle here. Let's see how much they both weigh measured to my wrists. And the Air-King's at 146 grams, right? And yeah, I've never done this with these two watches, so let's see. And wow, just almost the same. Now, maybe the extra link when I get this will add like a gram or two. I don't know how much they weigh, but so the Air-King is a little heavier than the Submariner, right? Again, both great watches. I don't think you can lose either way, right? So if you're in, you know, stuck between the two of them, if you know that you're going to add both of them and you're deciding which one to get first, well, I mean, that's a personal decision. I see these retail, this current Air-King, around $12,000, around $11,000 or so at this moment in time, snapshot in time on Chrono 24. These guys online, they're running around 14, 15, or 16,000, depending on where you go. I don't know what these both are actually selling for. I know those are prices that people are asking. I guess you can go and do a search on eBay for sold items, and that will tell you. But obviously, the Air-King is going to be less of a premium than the sub, for sure. Two very different watches, although they share a lot of commonality. Both, I think, can fit in your collection. They're fitting in mine, and very happily to do so. You know, adding both of them in the collection has been great. I've been exclusively wearing both of these watches pretty much since for about 6 months now, right? At least the sub anyway, and the Rolex, the Air-King I got about a couple months ago. So I've been wearing that a lot as well. So anyway, guys, hope this video was helpful. Please put a comment below. Let me know what you think of each watch. I would love to hear your opinions and thoughts. If I left anything out, please put it in the comments below. I really would appreciate that. And don't forget to like and share and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Take care and have a good one. If my channel is new to you and you enjoyed this video, Please like and subscribe and click that bell icon to get updates when I upload new videos. I love making these videos and I hope you like them too. And also, if you want to support the channel, please buy me a cup of coffee. The link is in the description. Take care and I'll see you in the next video.